painted stains, dating some vogues. No love for them lames who left the game exposed. Out here in the Bay, we don't play that shit. If you got a problem, then say that shit. I'm an old school player that broke the mold when they made me. Should've been born in the 60s, ballin' out in the 80s. Out in the club with two half-naked ladies, bopping to the beat, bumping Maze and Frankie. Instead I came up in the grimy 90s. In the early 2000s, popping diz, going hyphy. White tee, blue jeans, and Nikes outside nightly. All the pain from the game made my veins run icy.
The whole time after AWOL, Jack is coming through all the time. That was my brother, you know, outside of music. So, like, I would come to the studio, in my studio, he would already be there. Like, he's in there smoking, we playing Madden, video game. We
Didn't he grow up partially in Richmond,
yes, he
too?
did. He did. He got a lot of family in Richmond. He was, you know, he was tied in. He just, you know.
Did you know him from back then, or
No.
you just met through music?
I met them as the Mob Figures.
Got you.
When they first came to
But
audition.
and FedEx is from Richmond, too, right?
FedEx, yep. I knew his brother and everything, so I knew his family and stuff like that. But so they all would come through at even different times, not all at the same time. One day it'd be Huss there, one day it'd be FedEx, and Jack was just a regular coming through. You know, the tree was always flowing. We was just kicking it. It wasn't even on no let's just rap and do hella music. It wasn't even on that. That was my bro. I didn't care about that like that really. And then mind you, so the Tycoonin thing happened, and then we did the business deal. Then this is when I started working on the Corporation album. And this is when Jack started taking off, just out the blue. This is when
All Over Me.
Shorty All Over Me.
Yeah.
Like this just out the blue. We chilling, kicking it, all
This
this.
is post-hyphy movement. This is
Right.
like kind of the new
And
wave
this is
of
like,
the Bay.
Cause he was doing Barney, he filmed part of Barney in my studio. The
Right.
Barney video, all that. It was just regular thing. Like, so then he comes and Shorty All Over Me start taking off. And I'm like, damn, like it's crazy. But you know, Jack is also one of them people who he don't forget. He's like, man, you put me on Tycoonin too. Cause he wanted to be on a song with 40 back then too. I put everybody together. He really appreciate. He was just like, bro, you put me on that. And now Shorty All Over Me's taking off, and I'm juice with him. I'm just like, we all juice, excited. And then it all started because one day I came to the studio. He was already there. When I got there, I would come there. He already be in there blowing gangs. And then him and Trax from the Rich was in there. So I get there, and they in there. Trax over there making a beat. And when I get there, Jack is like, you know, I think I'm about to get on the sticks or something, whatever. He was like, man, bro, we be in here all the time, bro. We got to start making some music. And I'm kind of like, yeah, all right, yeah, for sure, you right. So I tell Trax, I'm like, yeah, bro, yeah, let's do something. I said, Trax, turn this off, put on something, you know. And Jack is like, what? He was like, no, this one right here he working on. And I'm like, oh, okay. It was 20 bricks. Trax was making that right then. And Jack was already in there. He must have caught a vibe on it.
It's a pretty crazy beat, man.
Yeah. And it was. But like I said, I came in, I just walked in, so I was telling him to turn that off and put on something he already made.
Yeah.
And Jack was like, no, this is it.
Yeah, this shit's a banger.
And so that was the first
That's like
one
a
we
very
did.
futuristic, that's kind of ahead of his time type of beat.
Right. So you know, we did that right on the spot. Jack cooked that, and it was a slapper.
This shit slaps.
We was like, man, that's a banger. Now, Shorty All Over Me is going crazy. Now he's getting booked left and right. And while he's getting booked left and right, he's just like, man, just come pull up. We gonna do the song. So I'm like, damn. Like, he was really like, then next thing you know, he's going up even more. Then he's like, you know what, bro? We should do an album. I'm thinking like, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't really lit at the time. He was lit, and I was just thinking to myself,
he
like,
was kind of at the top of the pyramid, damn near.
and he grabbed hold to me, man, and was like, you coming with me. And you know, and of course I was a hustler too, so I was like, okay. So boom. So I'm pulling up to every show, just to do that one song. He bringing me out.
That song was on the radio too, wasn't it?
They started playing that on the radio too.
I remember you guys had a really nice music video for that also.
Right. I was directing a lot of those videos too back then.
That was a pretty...
And I had a dope team, my homie Ben, Prime Zero at the time.
Prime Zero.
So we was, you know, I was coming with a lot of them things.
That was like a very cinematic, also ahead of its time music video.
Because it's like I had like the concepts and the directions for the videos, and he was very technical and cinematic. Mm-hmm. So we had a dope chemistry.
It was very high quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are like fucking about to get whacked by the Asian mafia or whatever.
Yeah, it was, you know, I was putting together the cast. Them was my, you know what I'm saying, them was my partners from the town. My, you know, it was all that, man. We shot that on 2nd and Cutting in Richmond. It was like, you know, we was really putting it together, you know. The era was different because then back then we was booked at every club in the Bay. Yeah, there was a lot of venues.
You could perform multiple times in one night in different cities.
We was doing it. Yeah. We was having 5 shows every weekend. That was normal. Cause see, and then Jack was so excited for me because he saw that I went from just coming to do that one song on his set to having my own, to being booked with him on the flyer. He's like, I remember one day we was in the green room or something, and he was just looking at me. And he was just like, "Hey, bro, you did your thing." Because this went from him just making a connection to me just, and now I'm being booked on these events with him. Not just, you know, I'm my own separate entity now. So, but we locked in, but it went from me being under what he was doing to me standing next to him. Like we both booked on this venue, and then that song started taking off, and I'm going all over the damn country, and I'm rocking shows, and I'm doing tours, and I'm doing features, and I'm in the mix now.
And this is all under Sick With It too?
Now it's under Sick With It.
Wow.
So that brought a whole another hype to it too. Mm-hmm. So I'm rocking with Water. You know, I'm doing all type of stuff. You know what I mean? And
then you and Jack made 2 albums together.
Yeah. So then me and him had a great wave with part 1. Then, you know, it went so well for us. We was like, and we was having so much fun. And he just trusted my vision with the videos and everything. He was just like, let's go.
Wait, did you make three projects?
We did 2. We did Never Be the Same part 1, and we did Never Be the Same part 2. That No Mercy, and yeah.
Yeah, it's because it kind of all, to me, it seemed like it followed the concept of the 20 Bricks.
For sure.
You guys carried that into...
Because it was like a trilogy. Like, yeah, so we was just, you know, I wanted to put a whole storyline with it, so we built like a whole storyline with it, and you know, it was exciting. I put a lot of energy into it, and a lot of, you know, he kind of trusted my vision on it and let me kind of quarterback it, and he just showed up and showed out, and he knew that it was good in my hands, and he trusted it. Like, go, you know, when I tell him something, he'll just be like, "I ain't just tell me, let's go."
Yeah, I feel like he was good with that. Like he was good at handling situations of different artists, different labels, different projects, and just doing what he had to do.
Just a real one of a kind, man. One of a kind guy that, you know, is in our region. You know, I want to see it go back to that, where artists aren't afraid to share the spotlight. We got to pull each other up and show each other that love. You never know what you could spark. Yeah. You know, and that's how I am, man. I like to, you know, I feel like if I'm doing my thing, me showing somebody love or putting them in position and sharing the stage and sharing the platform, it's not going to take nothing from me.
History of the Bay Day is back for our 3rd annual event, Sunday, November 9th at Public Works in San Francisco. There's going to be performances, live podcasts, discussion panel, graffiti art gallery, museum exhibit, food trucks, vendors, and much more. You can grab early bird discount tickets right now for only $20 before we announce the full lineup. And trust me, when you see this lineup, you're going to want to make sure that you're there. Grab your tickets right now, and I'll see you November 9th for the 3rd annual History of the Bay Day.
Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay. Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay.